It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for another edition of Press Pass, brought to you by our friends over at Robbins Motor Company. And we're coming at you from the WTC Gig-Powered Studios here in Manhattan. From GoPowerCat.com, I'm Riley Gates, and Kansas State is currently riding a 3-game winning streak right now after starting 0-2 in conference play. The Wildcats have improved to 3-2 and are 6-2 overall, and have cracked the top 20 in the AP poll coming into this new week. And a big reason for that, well, that'd be K-State's offense. The running game was incredibly effective against Kansas last weekend and has been a strong point for the Wildcats all season, and has allowed SKYLAR THOMPSON to do some things in both the quarterback run and in the passing game. K-State's offense is currently hitting its stride entering this game against Texas this coming weekend, and the Wildcats know they're in a good spot offensively.
I hope so. It's every opponent's different. Every scheme that we face is a little bit different. Now, I'm assuming people will put a few more guys in the box to try to slow down the run, and so hopefully some of that play action or some of our 5-step or quick game opens up. It just happened to be that I thought KU played some man coverage and played it a little bit softer, and we were able to hit some of those creases. Plus, I think Mess had a really good game plan of hitting some outside runs, some inside run, a lot of misdirection, a lot of what we would call our gap scheme stuff. And so, yeah, I hope we continue to improve, but each week's going to be different. Are we going to rush for 300-plus yards again? It's probably not likely. You'd like to, but it's just not likely. So we have to be able to really have some good balance and throw the football well.
Yeah, I think people are starting to grasp the offense truly about, what is our identity and what's our strengths and what's our, quote-unquote weaknesses. And also it came down to our coaches and Coach Messingham just – not putting too much on our plate and simplifying our game plan to a certain extent to where people aren't thinking too much, and it's not putting a lot of pressure on us to, think about a whole bunch of different things pre-snap and post-snap. He's trying to dumb it down a little bit to where we can just play fast and play with confidence. And I think that's played a huge part in our success for sure the past couple weeks.
One of the challenges that offense will face is the Texas Longhorns defense, and after a few weeks where the Longhorns were incredibly banged up and had some players out because of injuries, it sounds like they're going to get a lot of those players back. Most notably, safety Caden Stearns is going to return to the lineup for the Longhorns, a huge addition for that defense, and Texas is going to be nearly at full strength for this game and will challenge the K-State offense.
Yeah, we assumed with the open week that they were going to get a number of guys back. I haven't dug into how many guys and where they're all at. I haven't gotten that far within the game plan, but obviously the open week came at a really good time for those guys to get a number of players back. Texas has really good football players across the board, and they have good depth, but probably helps them because all that depth had to play, and now they get some starters back, and it just leads us to our hands are going to be full this week. We have to come up with great game plans, and we have to be able to execute at a high level, and it really starts with today's practice.
We're going to play it the same. They're banged up, we're banged up too, so we just got to execute. No matter who they put out there, we got to dominate. Whether it's their starters, their backup, we got to dominate. So
it's a challenge, regardless. I know that they were banged up versus KU and TCU, and that they were going to have a bye week. So I was anticipating that they were going to have their guys back. But I think our preparation's not going to change at all or anything like that. I mean, they're a great football team, have a lot of talent. They're big and fast and play hard. So we're gonna have to bring it. And we've known that. So like I said, we just gotta focus on our game plan. Focus on what Coach Messingham believes is what's best for us. Coach Riley, Coach Klein. And all those types of things, and just go execute and trust one another, play for one another like we've been the past couple of weeks. I think that's really separated us, is that we've been playing together, been playing hard, and not worrying about making mistakes, just playing one play at a time. And I think that's going to be huge for us going into Texas this week.
During this 3-game winning streak for K-State, one of the biggest wins was obviously that Oklahoma win here in Manhattan a couple of weeks ago, and the Wildcats have a chance to add to that massive win this weekend by going down into Austin and potentially defeating the Longhorns, a place they have not won at since 2011. And K-State knows what a win over Texas would mean for this team moving forward.
It's going to be big for us for our football program, but I feel like we're going to approach this like another week, another game week, another opportunity to get better, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to focus on the process and not the results.
The biggest thing that guys are noticing are how much better we're playing now than before. Things we just weren't on the right page before, and maybe that's why we're ended up with some losses earlier in the season. But everything's gelling right now, and everybody's buying into the coaches and what they're preaching. And I think that's why we're being successful, taking it 1 week at a time. You know, we're not, oh, let's win the Big 12, and Big 12 play just started. And then we, you know, end up with 0-2 start, and then everybody's, you know, like you said, but I think that's what the key is right now.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to just play them. I'm not going to worry about beating them right now. Just worry about dominating Tuesday. You know, and then dominating Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then when Saturday comes, we're going to put on the show.
It's a 2:30 p.m. kick on Saturday in Austin between the number 20 Kansas State Wildcats and the Texas Longhorns. The game can be seen on ESPN, and you can stay locked in at GoPowerCat.com throughout the week, as we'll have coverage leading up to this game.